heartbroken over it. I cannot believe that someone would kill another person because they were speaking their beliefs.
Well, for years, you and your allies in the media have been conditioning half of the country against the president, his supporters, and figures like Charlie Kirk. Trump is Hitler, his supporters are fascists, right-wing extremists is danger to our democracy, they're Nazis, you know the words. Yet you seriously sit here, acting surprised when lunatics who believe your words decide to take matters into their own hands. Your side burn and loot every time things don't go your way. Your side tried to assassinate the president multiple times. Your side burned Teslas all around the country and wanted Elon dead. Your side assassinated Charlie Kirk. Your side is currently celebrating it. So don't talk to me about, well, this is not a left and right issue. It is the left. It's only the left. It's ironically the Democratic side who engages in political violence and killings of figures they disagree with. And every time something like this happens, you come here, you tune down the rhetoric, crocodile tears, ooh, I can't believe this. Then a week later, you go right back at the dictator and fascist rhetoric again. So you don't really care. You're just pretending. And for that, fuck you, and you in a corner too.
Obviously, this is a fabricated clip, right? You got to make sure we say that. It's AI. You got my boy Damani, I believe that's how he says his name. Or Damien, rather. I'm sorry, excuse me. But I didn't see the original View clip, and the only way I would be able to withstand the View today, honestly, would be with some humor attached to it, something edited to it, because, I mean, they're about as fake as AI.
And around 8:50, 9 a.m., this tragedy happened. I thought it was your run-of-the-mill car crash because car crashes happen here all the time. So I thought nothing of it. So that's when my boss came out and told me, hey, something happened here. And I saw a huge police presence, military presence, and FBI presence. Well, right now, the community is a bit scared about ICE and the military operations here in Chicago. Franklin Park is heavily Latino and Polish. So I did know that they were going to come here one day. It just, once it happens, you're in shock. You're like, you can't believe your eyes.
Hi, yes. I'm a CDL truck driver, and a car hit my trailer because I think ICE tried to pull him over, and he crashed into my trailer.
We're learning more about an ICE agent injured in the line of duty yesterday.
Surveillance video from this morning shows two ICE agents conducting a vehicle stop. The agents surround the silver car. The driver reverses the vehicle. The officer on the passenger side can be seen pointing his weapon as the driver attempts to flee the scene. As the car drives away, the agent on the driver's side can no longer be seen in this video. In a different surveillance video, two gunshots can be heard as the vehicle drives away. In a statement, DHS said the driver, Silverio Villegas Gonzalez, struck one of the officers and dragged them as he drove away. That officer then fired his weapon, hitting Villegas Gonzalez. Social media video shows Villegas Gonzalez laying on the ground bleeding as agents appeared to provide immediate care.
We don't want our communities to be in this fear continuously.
The shooting sparked outrage among immigration advocates and local leaders.
It is wrong, it is unconstitutional, and it is straight up racism.
A DHS spokesperson said the ICE agent followed his training, used appropriate force, and properly enforced the law to protect the public and law enforcement. The officer sustained multiple injuries and is now in stable condition. Villegas Gonzalez was pronounced dead at the hospital. According to ICE, he entered the U.S. illegally and had a history of traffic violations. ICE presence in the community created tension between protesters and agents outside of a migrant processing center near Chicago. Earlier today, we were with ICE agents as they attempted to carry out arrests. They were led by Marcus Charles, the head of the agency's deportation branch. How long can we expect the operation to last here in Chicago?
I'm not going to go into time. We're going to do what we need to do to get as many of these criminal illegal aliens off the streets and to protect the public.
Tensions are running high here over President Trump's escalating crackdown on illegal immigration. Internal data obtained by CBS News shows ICE this week surpassed 200,000 arrests since the president took office.
I predicted that this was going to happen. I said it. And you know what's so funny about it is that when I first got this story, the person that sent it to me in my email, the first person that sent it to me, they said, you said that this was going to happen. Literally. I might have to bring it up for y'all. But the fact of the matter is this, is that I said that it was going to be a situation where at some point, because most of these cities and the legislators, they direct the police officers to not assist ICE. They do not help them. When these people get arrested, they do not call ICE and nothing like that. And so eventually, what was going to happen is you're enabling bad behavior. They're going to run from the police. In this situation, the ICE officer was getting dragged and he had to take the person out.
Here's what's going to happen. You're going to release that guy in the community. I'm going to send an entire team to go look for the guy in your community. And what's going to happen? We'll find that guy. And when we find that guy, there's probably going to be others that are not a priority. However, if they're in the country illegally, they'll be arrested too, because we're not going to tell an immigration officer like this Biden administration did that you're going to turn your back on a known immigration illegal. When you're an immigration officer, you have an oath to uphold. So you are forcing us into the community at large numbers where other non-priority aliens will be arrested. That's a result, the exact result you don't want. So let us into jail. It's safer for everybody, and it's the right thing to do to secure communities.
Imagine being in the United States illegally and then building a TikTok career by doxing ICE agents. Well, that's exactly what Tatiana Martinez did until it all backfired. This is Tatiana Martinez, an illegal alien from Colombia with 27,000 TikTok followers. She encouraged her audience to harass and disrupt ICE officers during their lawful duties. In doing so, she broke several federal laws, which is a crime that could get her from 1 to 5 years in prison, plus deportation, of course. Here she is getting arrested. You know, this case is very confusing to me. I have to ask, why poke the bear? If you are in the United States illegally and at risk of being deported, why would you call so much attention to yourself? If I was an illegal alien living in the United States, I would do one of two things. Option number one, I will prepare myself for self-deportation. That means that I will sell all my belongings, I will get all my affairs in order, and I will live on my own terms. I will get an airplane ticket that the government itself offered to pay for me, plus I will receive an additional $1,000 cash incentive. It's not a big deal. I think many people should consider that if they are at a high risk of being found and being deported, why not do it on your own terms? Now, the option number two, which is a little bit more risky, would be to keep a low profile, stay as low and as invisible as possible. Stay quiet, for sure not to break any laws, and wait out 3.5 years until the Trump presidency come to an end. And maybe, yes, maybe, the next administration will be more flexible with illegal immigrants. And then, of course, get an attorney and try to fix my immigration status. So I will do one of those two things. One thing is for sure. I will not do what Tatiana did.
So yeah, this jerk-off pedo state terrorist right here, his name is, and he's an ICE agent, and this is him unmasked. And also his wife is a labor and delivery nurse. So go ahead, make him famous, and if you see this motherfucker out in public, give him the cell block 1 treatment. You know, catch him when he's alone. Have a nice day, bitch. So I'm gonna say this very clearly. This might get me banned or restriction, but this is bigger than that. So this is what I'm asking. Anyone in Texas that's against this shit, that's armed, get to the State House and demand the release of Nicole Collier. If they will not release her, then you know what? Shoot them fucking dead, because they're fucking taking her hostage. This is against the law. This is an act of terrorism. Anyone trying to keep Nicole Collier from leaving the State House is a terrorist. They're an enemy of the state. They need to be shot fucking dead. Be a good Samaritan. Put these fucking terrorists down unless they agree to release her.
The idea who from the government tipped them off, and what do you think they're going to be doing about it?
Yeah, we just had Tom Homan on the program last hour. Great question, Kevin. And he says they think they know who leaked it and it's being dealt with. I would like to see criminal charges given against these people. Definitely, at least their pension will be taken away and they will no longer work at the agency. But I think it's time to put these people in federal prison. What they just did was actively aid and abet an enemy in the United States. There's a big T word for that. That's treason. And so I think that we need to do anything that the law allows to be able to go after these illegal leakers and people that have been doing this.
Yeah, the assaults on ICE officers are high. The doxing of ICE officers are at an all-time high. And people always complain, some of you here say, why are they wearing masks? Because they're trying to protect themselves and their families. They've got a dangerous job to do, and they're being doxed every day across this country. I've experienced myself 100 times, but I'm willing to take that because of the position I hold. And, we're not running a popularity contest. We're trying to enforce the laws enacted by Congress, doing it in a smart, effective way. So, yeah, their assaults are up, but it won't be tolerated. We've already shown you put hands on an ICE officer, you can be prosecuted to the highest extent of the law. So we're not playing with that with any threats against ICE officers. Doxing, we're going to look at doxing. We're going to take action on that also.
To the political situation there in California, there's a bill, state lawmakers in California passing a bill this week that would ban ICE agents from wearing masks, as well as local police. This is part of what they've been trying to do. And we've heard from agents and leaders who say that they're covering their face specifically because of the threats to them and also their families. So what do you make of this bill, especially after this incident that we saw yesterday? And also, he hasn't said yet, but do you think the Governor Newsom will sign this? Your thoughts?
I don't believe he will, because it lacks common sense, and we hope that he's learning from the political examples that exist in President Trump, the leadership of Secretary Noem and the department. We need to conduct these operations. These agents need to protect their identity as far as their faces, because they've been doxxed online. Assaults against ICE officers are up over 1,000%. And so they need to do all the things that they can do to tactically protect themselves. And they and their families deserve better than the leadership in California that wants to take their masks off or force them to do their duty with masks off, but do nothing in this law about holding to account the online warriors that dox these agents and threaten their families. That's what they should be working on. They need to bring the propaganda down and put California in a place where they can help ICE accomplish what they need to accomplish, which is to take these criminals off the street and put them on a path for removal.
inscriptions on the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist!" Catch!
Do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do.
No one has ever been more dangerous to this country than Donald Trump, and he is a fascist to his core.
Hey, let me shut down the Senate! We are at war!
We're at a war right now.
We are at war.
So you have to be willing to do whatever is necessary in order to save the country.
And that's why the gloves are off.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic.
And yes, there are many threats to democracy. We see it with these extreme candidates.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be.
You can only push people so far, and then they start to take matters into their own hands.
What the American public want is for us to bring actual weapons to this bar fight. This is an actual fight.
You know, this is literally call to arms.
The MAGA movement is a threat.
But Michelle says that, when they go low, we go high. No.
With all due respect, if they go low, we don't go high.
When they go low, we kick them.
We take them to the mud and choke them out.
And make sure that they stay down. And you know what? Kick them when they're down, because they deserve it.
Get up in the face of some Congress people.
We are going to be in your face. We are going to be on your...
We have to fight this in the streets.
We're going to fight it in the streets.
It's time to step out of your comfort zone and step out into the streets.
To our Republican colleagues, if you do not see the light, we will bring the fire. Resist!
You and your little friend off of Twitter. Y'all about to find out.
And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
He's not going to have a third term. He may not finish this term.
Yes, the last few days you woke up thinking there might be news. Just saying. There will be news sometime, just so you know, there will be news.
When did you accept Christ?
5th grade at Christian Heritage Academy.
What happened?
I remember. I heard a hot gospel, and I heard what happens if you don't give your life to Jesus. And it's very important that when we share the gospel, the modern gospel is God has this beautiful, amazing, wonderful life for you, and if you give your life to Christ, your life will infinitely improve. That is somewhat true, but it's very misleading, because you're basically trying to sell people in Christianity of a life without difficulty, where the better way to teach the gospel is, here's the 10 Commandments. How many deserve you violate? Oh, you deserve to go to hell. And you probably will, unless you give your life to Christ. That is the proper way to evangelize. And so I realized the stakes. In 5th grade, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm a sinner, I'm selfish, I'm broken, and only thanks to Jesus' perfect sacrifice, coming and living a perfect life, that I had something I do not earn, but has been given to me, this free gift of eternal life. I want to be remembered for courage for my faith. That would be the most important thing. Most important thing is my faith in my life.
But if you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.